Hi, parents. It's Miss Kim. And this one's just for you. It's not for the kids. Just between us. Can we just talk a minute? Hey, I know this is hard times, and there's probably a lot of worry out there, and I get that. But to let you know, your kids aren't worried. They don't even really understand what's going on. And I just encourage you to try not to have the conversations about the virus or quarantine or things like that in front of them because they don't really even understand that. If you have children who are a little bit older, they may ask questions. And my answer to them would be these are grown up problems, and us grown ups are going to figure it out. You don't need to worry about it. Because I'll tell you, years down the road, it's going to come a time that they're going to be hearing about it on the news. There'll be the 10-year anniversary of when we went through the corona pandemic around the world. And your kids are going to be teenagers. And they're going to be like, oh, I remember that. But their memories aren't going to be bad. They're not going to be about worried or anything like that. They're not going to remember those things. They're going to remember the things, the little things that you're just doing with them every day. I'm in my 50s, and when I was a kid, we had a blizzard, and it shut down the greater Cincinnati area. I remember waking up that morning and realizing it was really light out and thought, yes, we have a snow day. And I remember trying to look outside, and it was just blinding white. And I came out of my room and went downstairs, and my mom and dad were home. And I said, we have a snow day? And they said, yeah, everyone's got a snow day. There's a blizzard. And I didn't go into worry mode. I'm sure my parents did. They probably thought, when will we go back to work? Do I have enough groceries to feed my family while we're here? We can't get out of the house right now. What if the electric goes out? I'm sure they had all those thoughts, but you know what? I don't know that. I don't have one memory of that. But what I do remember about the famous blizzard when I was growing up is that my family was together. Um, I remember us having fun and playing games, playing more board games probably than we ever had before. I remember that I had had a latch hook rug project that I just started, and I taught everybody in the family, and we all took turns passing that around and doing the latch hook. I remember for years later that hanging on the wall in our family room, and we called it, that was our blizzard project. That's what we had all done over the blizzard. I also remember that that was the first time I had ever had crepes. My dad made them, and we put jelly in them, I think, and rolled them up, and never had them before. And I'm sure it was probably a thought of what can we make that does take a lot of ingredients, because who knows when we're going to the grocery store again. But my memory isn't about that. My memory is my dad standing there saying, we're going to make this thing called crepes. You put jelly on it. I thought that's how you ate crepes for a long time. You just put grape jelly on it, rolled it up, and ate them like that. Um, those were my memories. But at the time, it was probably really worrisome for the adults in my life. But I don't have those memories. I have the good memories. So I just want to encourage you as we're going through this, and I know there's worries. Try to keep those with the adults because those are adult problems. But just look for the little things. It doesn't have to be big. It could be a simple craft project. It could be making crepes in your kitchen. It could be something simple. But I encourage you to do that with your kids because down the road, 10 and 20 years, when they're hearing on the news, 20 years ago today is when we all went quarantined for the virus that went around the world. Your kids are going to be like, oh, yeah, I was alive then. Oh, you know what we did? We made cards for my neighbors. We FaceTimed my grandparents. We did school by way of the computer, and we watched videos of our teachers and things. Those are going to be great memories for them. I know it's scary for those of us who are adults who have to worry through these things. Maybe not even worry. Worry is probably not even the right word for it. That we're just concerned and we don't know what's going on. And I know we don't know what the future holds. But I know who holds the future. And I know He's in control. And so for me to worry seems ridiculous because my worrying's not going to change a thing. And it's not going to change the thing of any young people in my life. So if I just take this time just to encourage you, be positive. Look at this time with your family in the house as a blessing. There are so many times in our life that we feel so busy. If I only had time, if I only had time, if I only had downtime, if I could only do, well, here it is. So make the most of it with your family. Look at it as a blessing and find the few things that you could do with your kids that 10, 15, 20 years down the road, 40 years down the road, when they look back at that, they will look back at it as a happy time with you. I'm praying for all of you. We're going to get to the other side of this. I promise. Stay positive with your kids, my friends, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.